Hello, and welcome to my podcast. Today, we'll be speaking and touching on topics about the current rate of the economy and where the economy is at in the United States, what it's looking like, where it's at versus historical rates, and so on. So, first point of discussion, what is the current unemployment rate? So, the current unemployment rate right now, according to Google, is 4.0%, and this is historically low. So what circumstances would lead to this? A couple of circumstances would be economic recovery. So following the economic fall, which everyone was everyone was affected by COVID-19, the pandemic, the U.S. economy has experienced a recovery, leading to increased hiring and job creations. So all those jobs that got wiped out for COVID, all the people who got sent home, everyone who got packing, is now getting an opportunity, and that has been leading to the recovery of the economy. Another reason is government policies. Low interest rate and stimulus programs have helped create jobs and job market trends. Some companies are struggling to find workers. A lot of places you go now have a help wanted sign. Everybody wants a worker now. People are begging to find workers. Just how the economy is moving right now compared to how it's been, and it changes over time, but right now people are dying for workers, people are looking for workers. So for point number 2 in this discussion, as of 2024, the U.S. economy grew at a rate of 2.3%, and to me this indicates expansion. While this growth rate is slower than previous quarters that we have experienced, it still suggests a stable economy rather than a recession or a recovery, which we have faced, and luckily we recovered from the last one being COVID-19, and hopefully we have ways to the next one. A 2.0 growth rate is pretty nice. It's considered healthy. It aligns with the long-term U.S. Average, and it supports job creation without causing excessive inflation, which is a huge part. If we create too many jobs, then the price of the dollar goes down and inflation comes, dollar's not worth as much, prices go up, everything gets scarce. However, this slowdown, it might cause challenges such as weaker business environments, which should be monitored to ensure continued economic stability. With that being said, this leads me to my third point about the current rate of inflation in the economy. And the U.S. inflation rate right now is 3%, which is slightly above the Federal Reserve's target of 2%. This means that prices in the economy are rising just a bit faster than what the Fed considers ideal. While this level of inflation is not extremely high, it could still impact consumer purchasing power, which is massive. To manage this, the Federal Reserve is keeping interest rates at a steady 4.2 to around 4.5%, and is reducing holdings on government securities. So basically, these actions help slow inflation by making borrowing more expensive, which reduces spending and investment. It makes it harder to buy money. The interest rates are going up. You can't borrow money as easily, so the bank's not paying for more. However, the Fed must be careful not to slow down the economy too much, as this could lead to weaker growth or even in worst case scenarios, maybe a recession. So for my fourth talking point today on the podcast, the current account for the U.S. right now. Right now, the U.S. has a current account deficit of about $310.9 billion, meaning the country is buying more from the rest of the world than it's selling, it's outputting. This happens because Americans spend a lot of money on imports, and foreign investors put money into the U.S. economy. A deficit, though, it's not always the worst. It's not too bad. It can mean, on one hand, it could mean that the economy is strong and attracting investment, and ours isn't declining or being bad, so we could fit into that category. But if it gets too big for too long, the U.S. could owe a lot of money to other countries, which wouldn't be good, and it could cause a lot bigger problems down the road. Instead of just trying to fix the deficit, the government could focus on policies that boost savings and investment to keep the economy and the country balanced overall. That being said, that wraps up my podcast for today, and where I see and my takes on the current economic status of the United States. I hope that you all enjoyed this podcast, and until next time, guys, drop suggestions below on what we should do our take on next. Thank you.